Hi, it's Sarah. Today we are going to make a really good recipe for your cookie trays or just for the holidays. Now this one's going in my Mrs. Sarah Claus baking series, but you can make this one year round. So this is Millionaire shortbread caramel squares. And so these are just amazing. That's all I can say. So I want you to watch me through the process. There's three steps to this particular recipe. So you just got to kind of bear with me. So I'm going to do the bottom or the bread part of it. It's going to bake for 22 minutes. While it's baking, I'm going to mix up the caramel mixture, and then that has to cool in the refrigerator before we add the chocolate topping. So it's actually three layer shortbread. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So it's helpful to have a KitchenAid mixer or a stand one for just the first part. And this is a buttery recipe because it is a shortbread. So just realize there's a lot of butter in this recipe. So we are going to start with 1 cup of melted butter. Okay, we're going to cream that in there. We are going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar, just white granulated sugar. Okay, we're going to mix that together. While that's going and creaming, it would help if I plugged in the mixer. Oh my gosh. You guys are probably like, what crazy woman doesn't plug in her mixer before she starts the video? That would be me. Like, why isn't that going? Okay, I'm gonna plug in my mixer. Now it should go. Okay, while that's creaming, I'm gonna add the vanilla, 1 teaspoon. We're gonna need the vanilla again. So I'm gonna put that over here by the caramel stuff. Okay. All right, we are going to add 1 egg. Okay, we're gonna mix that up, and then we're gonna slowly add 2 cups of flour. And this is the bottom of the recipe. That's it. That's all there is to this part of it. The caramel gets a little more complicated. So I'm going to slowly add 2 cups of flour. Oh, and then I've got my oven going at 350. So that would be 2 cups of flour. Okay, so we'll get that mixed up. While that's going, I'm going to get my 9x9 pan ready. These are just awesome, excellent bars. Look at that buttery, yummy mixture. Okay, I'm going to go grab my pan. So we want an 8x8 pan. I'm going to use glass. And I'm going to spray it just because I don't want the bars to stick to the bottom. I don't think they will with all the butter, but I'm going to spray it just in case. Spray it or butter it. Okay, now this is going to bake 350 degrees for 22 minutes. And in about 10 minutes, I'm going to start the caramel. So I'm not going to keep you on here for that. And then I'll switch to a different angle. So here's the shortbread bottom. So press that in there. Oh, you probably can't see that. How's that? Better? Okay. Okay, I'm going to press that evenly in there to get the nice shortbread crust. Look at that. Okay, 22 minutes. And then I'm going to switch my view over and we're going to make the caramel. Okay, now we're making the second layer to the Millionaire shortbread. So we're actually making the caramel. And so I've this is kind of a little bit tricky, but I think most everybody that has a home cook can do this. So you just need a normal saucepan like this. And then we're going to add 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. We're going to open that. Making caramel is fun. Okay, so we're going to pour that in the... This makes me want to make some fudge. Might have to do that. Okay, and I have my handy dandy jar scraper, which works really good without getting it on your fingers because it's long handled. Okay. All right, so we're going to add that. Have it on a medium heat to get started. Then we're going to add 1/2 cup of butter, and they want this in tablespoons, just so it melts down a little better. So basically I just go like this. You can see that on the camera. Just cutting it into smaller pieces so it melts just a little bit easier into our fudge. Okay, so we'll get that going. Okay, we're also going to add 1 cup of light brown sugar. We're just getting that. Okay, I'm going to check the shortbread crust. I don't think it's golden brown yet. Okay. And then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of corn syrup. I'm going to go grab my 4th cup. Okay, so 1/4 cup of corn syrup. Okay, and we're going to need our whisk, so I'm going to get that out too here, but we're going to get this combined first and the butter melted down. You can use light or dark corn syrup. I'm using light. All right, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So you can do this without a candy thermometer, which I am doing, but I am going to check with a thermometer that I have just to be safe. Okay, so we got all that in. I'm going to check this. My oven is going to squeak because I have a squeaky door. I'm just going to check that. I'm going to let that bake a few more minutes. While our caramel is setting up here. Okay, we're going to mix this together. We want to get it to 265 degrees if you are using a thermometer. It'll take about 5 to 6 minutes for it to start to pull away from the sides of the pan. So we're going to set that up. So it's going to darken to like a really rich color. Actually, it's 225 degrees. I said 265. So if you are using a thermometer, okay, about got the butter melted. So you can use a candy thermometer, but I have a thermometer that I stick in like this. As long as I don't touch the sides of the pan, this works the same. We got a ways to go. We're only at, yeah, we got a ways to go here. So let that boil for a minute, or not boil, like lightly simmer. Okay, so I've got the caramel done. I pulled the shortbread out. So now I'm going to pour the caramel over the top of this, and it's going to cool. Look at that. It's going to cool for about 10 minutes in the refrigerator before I put the next layer on. Okay, so we've got the base layer, the next layer, and then the final layer is the chocolate layer, but I can't put that on until this is set up. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes after this is cool, and I'll show you how to make the topping. Okay, we're on to step 3 now for the topping of the Millionaire shortbreads. So this is the final step, and then they are good to go, and they look yummy and delicious in the refrigerator while it's cooling. Okay, so now to finish, we need a 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. We're just making the top. So I'm going to pour that in a microwave dish. And then 1.5 cups of milk chocolate morsels. And it's about lunchtime here, so I'm getting hungry. So this is making me hungry. So I have exactly 1.5 cups. Okay. Okay, we're going to microwave this for 30 seconds at a time. And I'm going to grab the shortbread out of the oven. Or the fridge, because it's been cooling in the fridge. Okay, this is what it looks like, the first and second step. Okay, I'm going to grab a spoon. This will probably take 2 to 3 30-second intervals. I got to check my microphone. Yep, it's going. Okay. This microphone keeps cutting in and out, so I don't know what's going on. So basically, we just stir this up. It needs another 30 seconds. And I made a mess. I'm going to go grab a washcloth. My little kitchen friends, my dogs usually are underneath me to get everything that drops, but they're napping on the couch. We don't want to scorch this, so we're looking just to get it melted. It's getting there. I probably could have gone with a little bit deeper bowl. So just keep mixing until it melts. We're about there. Okay, I'm not going to put it back in because I think it's ready. I'm just gotta clean that up. Okay, so if I was to do this again, I would grab a little bit deeper bowl for the topping because I'm making a mess. Okay, so this is the topping. Doesn't that look fantastic? It's just a real simple fudge topping. All right, I'm going to pour this over the bars like this. And take the back of my spoon and just lightly put it over the top like this. Now I want this to set up, so I'm going to put this back in the fridge until it's kind of set up, and then I'm going to cut it into small bars. And the Millionaire shortbread caramel bars are done. Doesn't that look fantastic? 3 full layers. So I'll show you what they look like when they're done, but I want it to set up a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Your entire family or your friends or whoever you bring this to are absolutely going to love these. It does take 3 steps, but I can guarantee you this will be a recipe you will keep forever. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe. I hate to give you that little spiel at the end, but I need to get my channel growing, so if you could subscribe and watch my videos, I would appreciate it. Thanks.